We've been working on this, very closely with our customer base. And I think what we're excited about, this is another step in what we've laid out where, you have buoys with charging systems. So you can have buoys tasking vehicles. You can have vehicles tasking other vehicles. Think about having multiple WAM-Vs with over-the-horizon capability operating out in the ocean.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Philipp Stratmann. He is the CEO of Ocean Power Technologies. And Philipp, it's great to see you again. How are you?
Doing well, Steve. Great to be on again.
Yeah, well, the company out with news that you've done another demonstration for the multi-day offshore survey capabilities for your WAM-V, and this is a really big step forward because it's not just talking about it; it's really showing it.
Yes, we're super excited about this, and I think as will the market in general, and some customers that we're working with. This moves being able to do autonomous surveys into an over-the-horizon multi-day capability. So you no longer need to spend your time thinking about, okay, what am I going to do? Which time does the sun set? What time do I need to be back in the location I want to be in? Continue working for several days offshore autonomously over the horizon doing actual work, not just transiting.
Yeah. So this, I would imagine, offers incredible efficiencies when you deal with clients, because as you say, being there for multiple days makes it a lot easier than trying to go back and forth.
Absolutely. You can put the WAM-V into the water with its equipment. You can transit it out to the side it needs to be at, and then you start doing your survey work. And whereas in previous configurations, you could do that for 8 hours, 12 hours, maybe you do it for 24 hours. Maybe you could have loitered somewhere for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, whatever it might be. Now you can go out there and do the work. You no longer need to have a crew available every night to recover. You no longer need to be out there every night and all day long to go in and out with your support vessel. It reduces all the ancillary costs that you have. It materially removes people out of the loop, and it really starts reducing your carbon emissions by not having to go and steam in and out with support boats, but rather doing work at the place where you want to be, as opposed to essentially commuting every single day.
Yeah, I imagine that this is something that the clients have been asking for as well, and it really puts the sort of the roadmap ahead, if you like, for these fully autonomous vehicles and taking away the need for others.
Yeah, we've been working on this, very closely with our customer base. And I think what we're excited about, this is another step in what we've laid out where, you have buoys with charging systems. So you can have buoys tasking vehicles. You can have vehicles tasking other vehicles. Think about having multiple WAM-Vs with over-the-horizon capability operating out in the ocean, supported by multiple buoys. You see something where you want to go and look at it. A buoy tells a vehicle to go out. That vehicle does its multi-days, thinks there's some more stuff to be done, tasks another vehicle that's in the area, that goes out there. And you end up with this complete mesh of autonomous systems that are operating. It's a bit like what you start seeing on the West Coast with some self-driving robo-taxis. You can start seeing that with autonomous surface vehicles, tasking each other and saying, well, I need to be there, but you need to be there. And I think it's going to fundamentally change the way offshore operations are done in the commercial world. And it's going to fundamentally change the way defense and national security operates.
Yeah, just on that really quickly, just having the ability to be autonomous all the time would obviously prevent in what you're seeing in certain parts of the world with piracy and things like that. That's a big part of it, that you have to send a ship out to do something, but you also send guards with it because of what's happening. This provides an opportunity to do a lot of that without putting people in harm's way.
Absolutely. In some of the demonstrations we've done in the past that we've talked about, this is moving towards having autonomous systems that provide that freedom of navigation of the seas that we've all become accustomed to over the past few decades, and that is important to maintain. And it enables getting back to cost parity because you're no longer having to use millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars worth of assets in order to counteract the threat of $10,000 drones. You can now use autonomous vehicles to go and counteract the threat from other autonomous assets, and then keeping your big assets available for when you truly need them to project something in a different part of the planet.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Philip, thanks so much. Good to catch up with you and appreciate your time.
Thanks for being on as always. Thanks, Steve.
All right, Philip Stratmann, the CEO of Ocean Power Technologies.